time riding into the wind, so now I feel the wind a little bit more. Like I said, I've ridden a lot of naked bikes, and I've owned a lot of naked bikes. You know, this is, I guess you want to say, third one, not counting the DRZ. This is my third naked sport bike, and like, they don't bother me at all. Like, it's taking some getting used to again, like just getting used to the wind pushing on my neck and stuff compared to the DRZ. But you know, just like getting back on a sport bike after so long, after I hadn't been on one. My wrists hurt, my back hurt, my neck hurt, but about 2 weeks after riding it, I was fine. It wasn't bothering me at all anymore. The only thing that was really bugging me on that bike is if I'd ride, you know, 500-600 miles in a day, my ass would be a little sore, but I had the stock seat on it, I never changed it. Said I will probably leave the stock seat on this. I don't really see much of a need to change it. The only thing is, I just really wish this was a two-piece seat instead of a one-piece, like the sibling of this bike, you know, the 07. I think stylistically the 07 looks better to me, but I was considering between the two. Like, do I want an 07 or want an 09? Like, I don't know. Like, what do I want? And I'm like, looking at specs, like looking at specs, the FZ07, you know, it's a lot cheaper. Well, not really. It's about $1,400 cheaper, new to new. But you know, it weighs about 20 pounds less. It's a little bit shorter. It's got like a steeper rake angle, I think. But compared to this bike, it's like, why not just bump up the extra power and have that extra power when you need it? Like, whether you think you're going to need it or not, why not just go ahead and get the 09, you know? Now, if you can't afford the insurance, then by all means, don't go to the bigger bike if you're going to be struggling for payments and whatnot. But the only way I would have really bought the 7 is if it's almost kind of like the Supermoto. If I live more in a dense area than what I do, I would have bought the 07, just because the 07 would be perfect for like commuting on and the tight canyon roads, the tight twisty roads. It would be perfect for that. But I don't think it's quite going to be quite as good on the highway. Like, I see people cruise on the highway all day long. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad bike. I'm not saying it can't cruise on the highway. But I'm just like, I just want to be able to have a bike that can stretch its legs and, you know, go. It doesn't have any limitation, you know. And this one, I think it does weigh a little bit more, but then you figure you take the exhaust off and do that, that's 10 pounds alone. And a few little mods and I get the weight cut down. Like, just taking that fender eliminator or putting the fender eliminator on alone should probably drop 5 pounds. So, and now you do that to an 07 and you're going to get it lighter too, but still, at the end of the day, the bump up in horsepower and torque you get with this bike, and you mod this bike, the 07 will never compare to me, for me. So for most people, I think the 07 would be the plenty bike, you know. And it is a really good bike, but it's just, I want to be able to have that extra power. I have it there whenever I want it. There's probably wind noise in the videos, and I have my microphone covered, like it is completely covered, but this helmet is loud and my mic's right next to the cheek pad, so the wind noise you're hearing is actually the wind going past the side of the helmet. It's not wind noise on the actual microphone. So I have been looking at a new helmet and I don't know exactly what I want, but I really, this helmet just is not that quiet to me. Like it's very loud in my opinion. Like I don't know where people think that these variants are so quiet. Cause like if I ride without earplugs, it's horrible. Like I hate it. Like I always wear earplugs, but when I bought this bike, I didn't have a good set of earplugs. I had those cheap foam ones and it was just loud in here, and I was like, man, this helmet really is not that quiet. There's a helmet I have in mind in particular, but I just don't want to spend that kind of money on a helmet because I really don't like to wear helmets. The only reason why I do is, you know, obviously so I can record and talk to you guys, and big reason why I started wearing a helmet was just the bugs and the road debris out here just smacking your face all the time. It got so annoying. I used to wear like a mask and sunglasses that had foam lining around them, and that helps with like those whelps on your face from getting smacked by a big old bug. But the problem I had was even with those foam lined sunglasses, it would force air into the corner of my eyes and it would dry my eyes out really bad, and I just couldn't have that anymore. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy a helmet. And I got, you know, one cheap that I had when I had my sport bike, and I've been wearing one ever since. I really don't particularly care to wear a helmet, but it's just easier to kind of deal with it. That way if it starts raining, you know, you're not getting whacked by the rain. And the problem out here you got to watch out for is hail. Summer day can be beautiful, and then 10 minutes later it can bring in a storm and start hailing on you. And I can handle the hail smacking me in the body, but I don't want big chunks of hail smacking me in the face. I got hit by a hailstorm last year on the DRZ. It was during the motorcycle rally, and I was just out riding, and the storm rolled in and dropped the temperature super quick. Got whacked. Now that one, it was like pea-sized hail, so it wasn't that bad, but anything bigger than that, it's gonna really suck. I eventually found a spot to kind of pull over and hide a little bit, get out of the freaking hail as much as I could. But I'm gonna end it all here. Kind of getting to the boring part of the road, so you guys definitely don't want to watch any of that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing. Like I said, all the support is greatly appreciated.